Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Corey, Elgin, and Spoody.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a punk rock band of brothers get together to talk about one of our shared loves, toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. What's up, guys? We're not crowded. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's totally normal.
Fine over here.
I'm good.
But if it is your first time listening or watching on YouTube or new to the show at all, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. However you got here, we're so happy you're here.
I came in a car.
But you'll learn soon enough, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. We're definitely not toy experts. Maybe our guest is.
Jeremy's kind of a toy expert.
We always reference him on like every damn show. But for you joining us, yeah, we just like talking toys. We're going to get things wrong. It's going to be okay. It will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's introduce the band, your fellow podcast co-hosts. On lead vocals and rhythm guitar, he's our real American hero. It's Corey Canny.
Hi, I'm Corey.
You did it.
Yay.
On vocals and lead guitar, and a true master of the universe, the quiet one, Elgin Arney.
Yo tengo la boda.
I was going to say that.
No,
And
you
I
weren't.
thought it was stupid, so I didn't. And now
You don't know any other languages except
It was
English,
really awesome,
barely.
and now I'm sad I didn't.
Next up on the bass guitar, he's more than meets the eye. He's our Transformers guy. It's Spoody.
Hello.
Hi there, buddy. Oh, way down there. Over
An
there.
aisle seat over here.
Could you pass the salt, please?
And on drums, it's me. I'm Jason. I'm here to share my love of Transformers and all things awesome. But guess what, guys?
What?
Joining us today in the van, you've heard him mentioned, like I said, on almost every damn episode we've ever recorded. When you think Super Joe Collector, you think this guy. The man, the myth, the former neighbor of Elgin's, and now next door neighbor of Spoody here at CP Studios. It's Jeremy Sample.
Greetings.
Are we
Hey,
clapping?
but yeah, let's clap.
Okay.
I'll put a sound effect in of like 800 people
Okay,
clapping.
sweet.
Thank you for the invite.
Hey, thanks for coming, buddy. Did we trick you into coming over? And-
Gotcha.
No.
Well, definitely welcome. We're glad you're here. Tell us, in the audience, tell us a little bit about yourself and your toy collection.
I basically dabble mostly in G.I. Joe. Still have all my original toys from a kid.
Oh, no fair.
Yeah, my mom didn't throw them away or sell them.
Nice.
So, but I have my original Mask, original Transformers, original Motu, and of course my Joes. So,
Sweet.
but I do dabble in some Funko. Love the Killer Clowns
Yeah.
and horror movies, of course. So.
There's also, when you walk into his lair, though, there's so much other things that are not any of that stuff.
I was going to ask you what the real story was. He was just
there's
being
like-
modest.
There's Ghostbusters, and there's probably even like some random like Barbie
Ooh,
stuff
Randy.
sprinkled in here and there from his girls. And there's just
Randy
like
Barbies.
There is an
Yeah.
LOL camper box in my
Yeah.
basement at this time. Not by my choice. But
Yeah.
And there's like Legos and stuff too,
Oh, yeah.
and there's like, there's, God, it's
Yeah, to hear Corey tell it.
well, and now that he's like, so
Has
I'm,
more
I'm now that I'm just speaking for Jeremy, he may as well not have even come. But since he bought this new house, like the size of the space that he has for everything now is like what, double probably at
Yeah.
least. And
oh, that's
so,
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have a Spies Like Us lobby card hanging in my basement. So, one of my
love that
favorite
movie.
movies.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, today, guys, just, it's true. We all have regrets.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Rugerts with an A.
Or regrets, as most people call it.
never
Sometimes
heard that
for whatever reason we have to sell our toys. Sometimes we don't bid quite enough on eBay. Sometimes we see a toy in a store and make the decision not to get it. There are lots of scenarios that leads us to longing for that toy that got away. And we're here to share some of those stories. We're also going to visit a toy store that's a whole lot of fun. You'll see.
Sure is.
You can remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Cracktastic Pod and on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Patreon at Cracktastic Plastic. But all of those links and things can be found at cracktasticplastic.com. That's our website. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsors page, Toy
Pornhub.
Hacks.
Oh.
They're going to love that you mentioned porn in their sponsor segment. Toyhacks.com for all your repro label needs. They also have an armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry for your toys, things for pictures. Man, they got everything. It's pretty awesome. That's toyhacks.com. But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right, this is definitely my favorite part of the shows. I can see what everybody's got. Let's see them toys. Corey, what do you got?
Hey.
Hey,
Wow.
So
what do you got lately?
Well, a few weeks ago, Jason and I went to Cedar Rapids.
I was there.
He was there with Jason and me.
Me, Jason.
Yeah. Me, Corey. Jeez. I picked up this locust. This is the first locust, not to be confused with the dragonfly that they called a locust and painted brown. And yeah, we went go-karting and we went to A to Z Toys and we found this cool little guy. And I think it was like $20 or something. I don't know. I bundled again and said, here, I want these things for this money. And he's like, cool, man.
I really love that blue, brown, and gray color scheme.
Yeah, it's like
it's really neat.
One of the few things that made it out of the 90s without
pass it down.
Oh yeah, here, pass it on. Without getting turned into like neon terrible colors.
Yeah. That's super cool. Did you have one as a kid?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also on that trip, I got the Kellogg's Lifeline. The only difference between the Kellogg's one and the regular one is that he doesn't have a gun or a flashlight on his leg.
The gun holster.
Yeah.
It's on his chest now.
Oh, it's on his chest.
He had
on
one
the
of those too.
Yeah. The leg was different for some reason. That one, yeah, that was the one that was like buy a box of Kellogg's cereal and send off the thing and get the figure for a couple bucks or whatever.
Sweet.
Let's see, and then I got this guy in the mail this week. His name's Worms.
Of course.
He's missing his antenna, but the antenna should be here this week or next week. Yeah, the antenna is what makes him either a $20 figure or like a $120 figure.
Holy!
He, so I was looking at a sale on Facebook, and I was scrolling through, and it was like it was a claim sale, and I bought a couple figures, and it was like a best offer type thing. And I was like, hey, I'll give you. He had like $30 for the Worms on his sale. I was like, I'll give you 20, and he's like, yeah, best I can do is 25. I was like, all right, no thanks. And then I just got on eBay and found one for 17.
Is this the Rocketeer?
Yeah. That's it totally looks like the Rocketeer.
I like his little skull and crossbones belt buckle. That's really neat.
And lastly, for this week, is another Frostbite
Hey!
with the head of the dude that you gave me last week.
Oh,
Or this-
sweet!
yeah,
I totally remember that.
Yeah, I took his head off and stuck it on Frostbite.
Sounds like what you would do.
Yeah, why not? So, and then I pulled her out too. This is Scarlet's head on an Ace body that I painted red. Because why not?
Some interesting yellowing going on with your frostbite.
Yeah,
like-
he peed the bed.
Kind of resembles the Hasbro Pulse thing they got coming out.
Yeah, well, that one's blue, but that's kind of
Right.
what I was. Yeah, like I painted all the all this stuff that's black. Like I painted that black before I went over it with the red because I knew the red was not gonna cover it, and that would be cool, like reddish black accents.
This guy reminds me of the Guy from Rifle.
Oh yes, the eye patch. Let's give him a guitar.
He shot his eye out.
That's it. That's it for this episode.
Awesome. Nice stuff.
Yeah, it's my cool little core guy that.
Jeremy's like, I got 8 of each of those.
I got a million of them.
All right, Elgin, what do you got?
Not a lot this time since we have a guest.
Oh,
I
you-
wanted to back through stuff.
uh-huh.
So Jason Bollinger got me this
What a guy.
Soundwave. 'cause
I'm
it was
Jason.
yeah, that
Oh,
guy over
okay.
there. Because it was on clearance, and I kept saying that I was
Oh, for like a
I
year,
was
you're
gonna buy
like,
it. I'm like,
I
"That's
want
cool.
it. I want it.
I should
don't-
buy that. I should buy it. And then he just took pity on me and bought it for me.
Couldn't take it any longer.
It's like, shut up and take your toys. So that's
We've all seen it. Yeah.
you know who Soundwave is.
Elgin's first
The core class.
actual
Yeah.
Transformer, or no?
Well, no, I have
from
I have some vintage ones,
Oh, okay.
but new. I still haven't really bought a new one because he bought it for me. So
It counts. You have
it
a
still
new
counts.
toy.
Yeah, I had to use them for a picture. That's why I broke them out.
Uh-huh.
And then I got this King Gray Skull from Target. I think Tad Good bought it for me in Burlington.
Oh, he's cool.
And then Jason transported it to me, so it was a team effort
Yeah. To get you toys.
to get me toys because I can't go to Target apparently.
Is that his hair or like a?
That's part of his cape. This
Oh,
fur
the
on the back. Sorry. He has fur on the back of his
I
cape.
hope
It's a
not.
soft goods cape with wire in it, so you can form it however you want.
Dressed like George Washington.
And I've already done videos of this, so go to our YouTube channel, Motu Monday playlist, and you'll see a video for this. He has a different head sculpt as well, and some swords and shield and stuff. But I don't want to bring that so I can lose it. So.
He
And,
doesn't trust himself.
well, it's transporting it. It's,
Yeah.
If you guys want to look at it. So.
I do. Get it down here.
And now it's broken.
Go this way. This way. There you go.
Well, that's awesome.
So then I got this. This is the Battle Armor He-Man from the CGI Netflix show. I only got this because it was also on clearance for $8.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought you
because
didn't collect those.
I don't,
Okay.
but when it's $8 on clearance, when they're originally like 20 some bucks,
Yeah.
then I couldn't really say no. And his sword's on his back there. His sword is giant.
Oh, those are. It's awesome.
It's almost as big as his body. The armor does come off. It does. When I first looked at it, I was like, well, this looks like cat face armor or something like that. Because he has like little cat claws. So I don't really know why they they did it like that. And he's not pictured on the show at all like this in this armor. Maybe the next season they put out. But yeah, it's just kind of strange. But I don't collect these, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I just have this one.
I
but
just
I
have
don't-
this one.
But I don't
But I
collect.
don't really collect them at all. I'll probably put it on the shelf over there with all the other
He's gonna
CGI
end up
stuff.
getting all of them.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. If they're all on clearance, maybe. I'm still waiting for clearance
Thrifty.
for the others.
Yeah.
And it does have like power action as well, his arms, and yeah, that falls
That's
off.
why we don't bring all the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I don't bring accessories.
But since he doesn't
His shoulder
collect-
pads fall off, and his face mask and stuff. But yeah, I did a video of that just recently, so that's also on our Motu Monday playlist on YouTube. Yeah, don't worry about it. I should probably just glue it on there. I think what I
gotta
originally
nail
thought was
that.
maybe I just kit bash it with something else and take the parts of it and his armor and stuff and add it somewhere. I don't know. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
flying everywhere.
That's all. That's all I had this time. Just quick, since we have a guest.
All right,
Yes.
Spoodamus.
I just brought one thing,
Which is you've been
five
eBaying like
things.
crazy, friend.
yeah.
Like
so what
piecing
happens
it together?
when you're off of work and have free time. So this is Robots in Disguise Ruination, which is a Bruticus repaint.
So have you been like piecing him together on eBay?
I
or-
actually got him complete like that. So he's missing some of like the individual guns.
Oh, okay.
A couple of them, like for the helicopter and spaceship. There's a couple guns that go with those that aren't there.
That you wouldn't have since you're gonna probably leave them.
Yeah, I'm
in
gonna leave 'em like that
combined
anyway.
mode anyways.
But he was like $30.
That's
which
stupid.
is
Stupid.
At
For
least
all
$50
that?
cheaper.
For all
than-
that stuff?
Yeah,
Wow.
at least $50 cheaper than you can usually find them.
Nice.
And I do have the I can't remember which line it was, but the gray and black camo, where all of them are the same color.
He's cool.
Version 2, which is on the shelf behind Elgin.
It's back there
Brutal.
behind me.
Down, but yeah. I don't actually have an original. I have a couple of the dudes original, but
Yeah.
Just the one?
just the one.
All right. Awesome. Let's move on to our guest. You dug some stuff out of your new basement and
The lair.
Yeah, Corey told me to bring some stuff, and
Yeah.
everything I wanted to bring I could not find.
Oh.
But I did find it last minute last night. So.
He just moved. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first of all, I brought the Battle Core Cross Country, the racy version, I guess they
Yeah.
call it, because it has the Confederate flag. But I picked it up from our friend Scott. If you guys have been to the flea market in Des Moines, Scott, he had that.
Scott.
I don't
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know.
No, Jeremy keeps telling me to go up there, and I keep not doing it.
You don't want
because
fleas. I get it.
No.
He has all the cool toys.
Oh, I want to meet this Scott.
He's a little less racy on card because
Yeah.
the flag's on his back.
Right, you
see
can't
it.
see it. So.
Then how do you know it's there?
And I brought this. My good
yeah.
friend Brad Koslerich, which is a member, his son 3D printed this.
Yeah.
This nice little throne.
That's cool.
I remember when you got that. That thing's freaking awesome.
Cobra Commander's turlet.
I need like a Skeletor throne 3D
Yeah.
printed or something.
Does this
You
dude
can find them.
just do the one
Yeah.
for you, or does he sell them?
I think he can do them, and I think he can do it in multiple colors. You can reach out to him, I suppose, and ask him. So, and then this little deal here was due to Corey. This is Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander. That
Cheapest one ever.
Yeah, I paid $70 for this guy, which is dirt cheap.
For
Come from-
that little piece of plat. Okay.
Yeah, and he's what,
Like,
like $300 now?
He's easily like a really nice one. People are getting $600-700 out of them now.
Jesus.
But like
Holy crap.
that one in that condition,
Holy.
easily 5 times what Jeremy paid for him when he bought him. Like,
Yeah,
At the
I-
time
been-
of purchase.
I actually got hate mail because of that.
yeah,
Seriously,
You
a
got
guy,
it so
Yeah.
cheap.
people
you
were-
better pay
yeah.
him more money for that. It's like, I paid him what he asked. So.
Yeah.
Right.
You're ripping this guy off. You're just pissed because you weren't there first.
Yeah.
And it
You would
did
do
come from Canada, so he is from across the
Yeah.
border. But he's here legally, so. And
Wow. Careful, Elgin. Don't drop that.
Oh.
and this gym here, a lot of guys that like the Tiger Force. I actually found this right here in Ottumwa, Iowa,
Whoa.
and there was a sale south on Milner. It's about a year and a half ago,
No way.
and these people literally had bags full of toys.
Hmm.
And I found this unopened, and this is probably a 300 to what, $500 now.
Oh yeah, easily.
and
It's never been opened, and it's in.
And I
fantastic.
basically
Until
I
now.
saw that in a box full of games. I just put my hand up, and I never stopped until he quit bidding. You know, he kept running up. I think I gave $50 for it with the whole box of toys. And then he
Yeah.
also had
It's just an auction there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then he also had a Kmart bag clear full of MOC figures and backpack kits and stuff
Oh,
like that.
man.
Yeah.
Just in our backyard. How does
Yeah.
that happen?
And they had everything. They had pound puppies. They had all kinds of
Jeez.
stuff. I mean, lots of cool games. There was games from the 80s that were unopened. So very, very cool.
Yeah, that's probably the
Corey's tried stealing that, I believe,
Yeah,
more than
that's-
once.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
piece in your collection that I'm like second most jealous of.
Yeah, I keep it hid.
The
And
flag
here-
being the other one.
Flag is
No.
the first because he loves the flag so
$5.99.
much.
Yes.
So hard.
So
No,
I brought
the
this.
first is this one.
Should I hold this up?
Yes.
Yeah.
This. Whoa. Want that, Elgin?
Depends. What is it? For the
So I was at my
listeners?
parents' house one day, and it popped up on Marketplace back when you could catch stuff on Marketplace.
Yep.
And a guy in Iowa City had that with a lot full of stuff for $100. And it's not sealed, but it's all there, I think, except for the instructions. So
Yeah.
that's
He'd
one
stop-
I don't think you said what it is yet.
it's the Sky Striker.
Oh, inbox.
Yeah.
Note the actual original price on that.
Yeah.
Which is what? 14 something or 13 something?
$15.99.
Okay.
Oh, throw up.
Yeah, he stopped by my house on the way, like back from Iowa City. He's like, "You should come out to my car. You're probably gonna be mad at me." And then, like, yeah, that, and I mean, there was so much stuff, and I'm like,
There's been several times I have left your house. You mad at me? So.
"Yeah, I know, I know."
Like I want
My
one of
wife
those.
was happy, but I wasn't.
But that same guy, he was a service guy, so pretty nice guy, and he also had a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff, and I picked some of those up for Shannon Bagley. He's one of our members also. You guys might know Shannon.
Yep.
I think so.
So, but
Well, so the question that everyone's wondering is, how many Sky Strikers do you have?
that I can think of, I have 6 originals,
Uh-huh.
and then I have the I think it's a Comic Con edition, the red one that has AVAC.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
And I
didn't know
bought
you
it
had
off
that one.
my friend Brad Kozlerich, and it has the plexiglass mount, so it actually sits upright.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp.
Plus
And
that
then-
one?
Yeah, plus that one. So 7 altogether.
And you've got the HasLab one on the way too.
Yes.
So you think people need 7 Sky Strikers to like be a real collector, right?
Because if you don't,
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it has been slow recently.
And how many does Corey have?
I just
When the HasLab one gets
He
here,
keeps
it'll be
trying to-
6.
keeps trying to get rid of them. I'm like,
Well,
what are you doing?
and, like,
You really should have bought that one.
I
So-
should have.
You
If I
should've.
had bought that
That's
one
on
at
today's show.
if I had bought that one at the toy show when we were on tour, then I would have
Downport.
had the same number of Sky Strikers as Jeremy. Yes.
My wife come downstairs yesterday as I was putting stuff up. She goes, "You have a lot of helicopters." I said, "Yeah."
Uh-huh.
and
So,
You have a lot of nerve. So
Anything else? That it?
that's
a
all.
big
I've
closer.
got more stuff that I cannot find.
Oh,
It's either in the
that's a-
garage or in the basement. And
Oh, we'll have you back now that you're
So-
just next door. That's
on the way over here, I was like, "Man, I hope I don't get beat up on the way over here."
gonna
was
get
carrying-
jumped.
I was carrying my bag and a Sky Striker in a box,
Just be by Corey. So.
yeah, exactly.
Well, he comes in the opposite direction. So.
Well, all right. I got a Joe too.
What?
Well, not a Joe, but a Cobra Commander. That's right. This big boy here, I picked up off my friend Andy Wassam.
Andrew W. Awesome.
That's right. And Corey didn't want it, and I'm like, well, I'll take it. Heck yeah. I think it was from the Venom and Valor. Valor and Venom.
Valor versus Venom.
Yes,
Yeah.
that. I looked it up once. Man, he's freaking awesome. Comes with a couple heads. He's got this hood and some weird ass staff that obviously
It's
goes
a
with him.
Street lamp, actually. I
I know.
think
Oh,
Bug zapper.
and a real
Bugs
head. Anyway, I'll
that
pass.
head should have been in a little box with
And,
like a FedEx label on it.
I pretend it's a little Megatron in his hand, but that's just me. I'll pass him.
His cape kind of looks like an apron.
It does, yeah. I think it's on backwards. I think it's supposed to say
You-
"Kiss the Cook" too.
Shush.
Cooking
But-
for
I think,
yeah.
I think it's Heil to the chef.
Oh, is that?
But I think that's my 5th Cobra Commander I got. I know I'm just a novice, but
You don't have any G1 Cobra Commanders?
no, I don't have $700.
You don't need.
Jesus.
You only need like $100 to get 83.
I'll get there. No, I have that sweet new retro one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
I got a couple more
I'll-
coming. I
Liquid
got
in
the.
there?
It's
There's
not
the one
O-ring,
coming
so.
with the Sky Striker, and
That's
there's the
supposed to
one
have
with the
liquid in
O-ring
there?
I hope so. Yes, it's supposed to.
set. Did you jump in on the Cobra Commander and Duke Hasbro Pulse box set or no?
No, I missed that.
Oh, I don't know if it's sold out now or not. But
And I also got me a little throttle bot.
do those actually transform?
Yeah, totally. First, you pull them back and they go, wee. That's pretty
Yeah, I was
neat,
playing
right?
with it earlier.
Oh, yep. And so he transforms,
Oh yeah.
and then he'll.
You mean he's not supposed to be yellow?
Yeah, yours is quite yellow.
I was gonna ask because I remember having a yellow one when I was a kid, but
But there were 6 of these throttle bots from G1, and as soon as I started getting them, Spooty went and got all of them because he's got to be that way. And
Yeah.
but yeah, Searchlight, he's pretty cool. Just one of them late night like eBay hangs where you're just like, I'm gonna just go to ending soonest.
was there a red one
Yep.
Because maybe I had the red one.
I have
Spooty, you'll get it.
gold.
He's got
I have gold
This
bug
is for the next episode.
and the
the
truck
orange.
one, the orange and blue, purple truck, whatever that one's called.
That
those-
one. Yeah. See,
Yeah, that
you'll
guy.
see in the next
That one.
episode. Spooty just
I
went
have,
and
I
got
have
them
those.
all.
I have those two from when I was a
Should
kid.
grab mine up there and see how bad it is compared to what it's supposed to
right
look like.
behind the little spacesuit guy. Yep. That's
He's
a different color.
Yeah.
That's what Sun does.
Break something.
Wow, you actually got it.
It's more like
He's been,
more brown than
he's
yellow.
been smoking a while, I think.
Yeah. Ooh.
But
Yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
little.
that's different.
Yeah, the one on the left just has skin cancer. It's fine.
Yeah.
The one lives in like Florida.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
Very
just
chipped
got
up
him
too.
nice and cheap. So just happy to get him and start working on the other ones. Just not as
Sweet.
fast as Spooty, but.
I found some deals.
All right, well, let's get into the topic at hand. So we usually have a little list of topics, and we try to let our guests pick one. And without the story, what made you... And so Jeremy picked this one. Is there... Obviously, you have stories, but is there something in particular about this topic that made you want to pick it?
Yeah, I had the chance to buy a very sought-after figure last year, and it was pretty pricey. The Creator Cobra,
Yep.
and I had a chance to buy it for $250. And I thought about it for about 30 minutes, and then about 31 minutes later, it was gone. So now they're about $600-700
easily, easily.
right now. Yeah. I came across one at the Kane County toy show last year. It was $425, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, every time we go somewhere, like if we're going to be doing toy stores, Jeremy's like, look for a Creative Cobra for me. It's like, all right.
And what is a Creative Cobra?
It's a really ugly figure.
yes. it's
They're
like
like
a
Legos?
pinkish purple
It's
color.
hot pink.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is
Okay, that's cool.
horrible.
But you want it so bad.
Yes, I do.
So does that passion for finding it, is it increased because you did miss out on a cheap version?
Yes.
You,
Yes.
You don't think you would have sought it that hard nowadays if it wasn't for that one so close opportunity?
I wasn't expecting the price to go up so fast. I mean,
Oh, that's hot pink. All
yeah,
right.
it's
it's,
sad looking.
Good Lord.
And it comes with like a sticker kit, I believe. They come with like 6 Cobra stickers.
Wow, that's
Yeah, and it comes with a silver version of DJ's gun.
Yeah.
The torso is are the legs too Target or
Yes,
is it
I
just
believe so.
okay? And then I don't know where the head came from.
But there's definitely something about that, like getting that so close taste
Right.
and knowing you might have had a chance that like imprints in your damn brain and like then you got to keep looking. It's always there. It's always a...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting that Jeremy brought that Cobra Commander because like that's I didn't have the $70 to spend on it at the time, and I figured Jeremy probably did. It's like, well, if I can't get it, somebody I know can, so I can at least touch one in my life. So there's one of mine that got away, but it's at Jeremy's house, so that's fine. I stole his.
And,
Tiger
and
Force
honestly,
box.
Corey
Yeah.
tagged me, and luckily I was paying attention. And I messaged the guy because he said he was from Canada, which it gets a little pricey. And I said, how much to ship? And within 2 seconds of me pushing send, I said, I'll take it. So I think it cost me like $80 to get it down here,
yeah.
which is money well spent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What's different about this Cobra Commander than the one you brought?
So that one's from the '82, and it's the mail-away version, and
Uh-huh.
they call it Mickey Mouse because the top of his little sigil looks like a Mickey Mouse, like a Disney World
the
hat.
ears. Mhm. That's right.
And it's straight arm, and that's the only difference. So the new HasLab one that's coming from with the Sky Striker has the Mickey Mouse logo on it, but it's a swivel arm. But it should look very much like that.
Hundreds of dollars for that.
Yeah,
Little
and if
speck
it's
of
rubbed off,
paint.
it's all of a sudden worth.
Yeah, I ain't touching that part.
Yeah, it's like if that logo is gone, even if it used to be there,
That's the only difference.
that's
And
the only
he's
difference.
actually blue.
Yeah, like they're most
Yeah.
of them from that era are at least one piece of it has some kind of green tint to it, and that one is
And if you look
Nice.
close, the waist is marked 82 also.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to see it again?
No, it's all right.
Anything else? What else got away?
There was a bad deal last year. I had a I bought some stuff, and one of it was the Dino Hunter's dinosaur, and it was a very, very pricey sell, and it showed up, and I could tell by look at the box that some stuff was missing, and I contacted the guy, and he said, "Oh, we was robbed." And I said, "No, we was not robbed." And one of the things that was missing was the dinosaur, which was still in the bag, and there was a couple of MOCs in there, and also the Dino Hunter figures. And I ended up having to do a claim. I mean, I was nice to the guy, just did a claim on the stuff that I didn't get. You know, I could have probably took the whole thing, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But just the fact he said, "Oh, we was robbed." So, and I had to contact UPS, and they're like, "How do you know he was robbed?" I said, "Well, the guy's claiming that it was all in there. He showed me pictures of it," and that was, I never heard again. Of course, as soon as I filed the claim, the guy blocked me.
Jeez.
But I've always, the Dino Hunter vehicle did show up, just not the figures and not the dinosaur.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a very,
Yeah.
very, very pricey box I bought. We're
Did
talking-
you ever get any of the rest of that stuff?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Too mad.
Yeah. In fact, it's
I mean-
funny because it was a deal where it was in lots of $100 increments. That's how pricey
Yeah.
they were. And there's other guys bidding on stuff. And I actually contact one of the guys. They're like, "Hey, I got some of your merchandise in my lot." It's like, "Oh, thanks."
Cool, my address is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And of
please
course,
send it.
He never sent it. So
All right.
Awesome.
I know Elgin's got some stories too.
I was trying to think back of like, I try not to think too hard on like,
Try not to dwell on it.
yeah,
negative,
just try to go
depressing.
forward. Yeah, exactly. I try to just repress those memories into a little ball until it explodes later, and then I have a heart attack.
Oh.
But I was thinking about once I built some other Mega Construct stuff, there was when the Castle Grayskull Mega Constructs came out on Amazon. The original price was like $249.99. That was the
Yeah.
original price. And it came out around 2019, and that was, I think maybe it was early 2020. And I was like, well, I could get it. I could buy this now, or we might be going on tour in 2020.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
No, it
I
didn't.
had money available to buy it,
Oh.
and I'm like, nah, it's on my wish list. Maybe someone will get it. Well, I doubt it, but you never know. And then I just kept seeing it steadily rise in price, and double,
Yeah.
and then triple, and it's come down a bit now. But I could have purchased it about with free shipping and everything at that time, and I didn't. And I was like, oh, I just should.
Yeah.
I just should have.
Every day since I think about it.
But at $250, that's a lot of
Oh yeah.
money
that's
to
a
spend
big-
at one thing. There was another. Speaking of Castle Grayskull, there was a vintage Castle Grayskull at the Corner Collectibles here in Ottumwa,
Oh.
and it was mostly complete. However, there were some broken pieces, like the throne was broken, so I'd have to fix that so it would work. And there's videos by like Toy Polloi and stuff how to fix that and stuff. And they only wanted $60 for it. And I was like, oh, well, it's not complete. At the time, I was like, I have to have stuff complete, and I'm like, I already have the shell because we'd already went on tour and we had the shell without
Yeah.
one. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's like, and then it came back the next day. It was gone.
Oh.
Like I could have got most of the piece, for $60. Which
Yeah,
would have
because
been
someone else
ridiculous.
walked in and they're like, only
Yeah,
$60
exactly,
for all that?
Exactly. Yeah. But the most probably expensive thing that I passed on that I probably should have bought because I had money at the time because we didn't go on tour, so I didn't have that money that I was going to spend on tour, was I was going to treat myself for my 40th birthday, which was in 2021. And in 2020, I was looking for something to like, okay, I'll buy this for myself, And early in the year, like around February, early March, just before shutdown stuff, I was on Facebook looking stuff, and I found a 1981 Sigma Martin DR35N, which, if you don't know what those are, they're basically like Martin guitars. They were made in Japan, but all the parts were then shipped back to the United States and then built in the Martin factory in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. So it's basically made in the USA with Japanese parts. It's an acoustic guitar and has a 3-piece back, rosewood and just all the basically a Martin. And it came with a hard shell case, and it was in Missouri, so I would have had to drive down to Missouri. But I was like, well, I'll just stay at Jason Shadnick's house, and then
It's right there.
It was in like Springfield, so I was like, I'll just make a trip around. He only wanted $600 for it. I had the money at the time, and I was like, well, maybe I can just do it. But then everything shut down. Like, you can't cross border, blah, 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 all that stuff. And this is like, But they only made this guitar for 2 years. They made it in 80 and 81. They only made 2 models. They made the DR35 and the DR28, which the D35 for Martin acoustic players out there is probably one of the best, along with the D28.
Yep.
And it just, for that price, now you can't touch them for like thousands of dollars now.
Yeah.
And it's like a vintage, made in Japan, but technically made in the USA acoustic
All the
guitar.
best stuff's made in Japan,
Yeah.
according to Martin McFly. Anyway.
Exactly, exactly. But it was built in the Martin factory, like
Yeah.
assembled there. They just shipped all the pieces because it was cheaper, and then built it there. But it would have been my birth year guitar with
$600 Martin alone.
basically,
is just-
it's basically a $600 D35.
I never knew that story, and like,
Now you're crushed as
yeah,
I know.
way to bring the whole room down. Elgin.
This is why I don't dwell on the stuff.
I would have driven you to Missouri.
I know. It was just like,
Oh.
it was like near like right around that St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day. Everything literally shut down, and then I saw it got sold like immediately.
That's the day he quit
Dang.
playing acoustic guitar. Just went to
Yes.
electric ever
Yeah,
since.
I just
Mhm.
burned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and then I ended up buying a bunch of effects pedals and stuff instead that year.
All
But-
the pedals.
All the
Hundreds
pedals.
of pedals.
Yes.
You bought yourself into feeling better again.
Yeah,
So-
but I still think about it because it's like it
Oh.
was such a good for what it was and for the price. It would have been the most expensive I paid for an instrument,
Sure.
just like how Corey spent for his Rain song. This
Yeah.
would have been the most I've ever spent on one instrument, which is also kind of like
Mm.
making me not want to buy it as well. But it just would have been
Yeah.
my birth year guitar, So
And
it
a
was-
really, 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 really good one,
yeah,
too.
like literally a
The
3-piece.
only would have got more expensive.
There are plenty
Yeah,
of
I found
guitars
some
that were
pictures.
made in 1981.
Yeah, but none were usually that good of quality.
No.
The quality control in the 80s was pretty terrible for most companies. I did find this is what the back would have looked like.
Oh,
3-piece
Good Lord.
rosewood.
That's pretty.
There's a picture there.
pretty.
The headstock was basically a Martin.
Yep.
Yep.
Sigma by Martin.
Mm.
But that's the front. I mean, it would have been an aged guitar and all that stuff. So that's really the biggest one, other than the mini Castle Grace, because
Yeah.
don't have. But yeah, I was thinking back. I'm like, oh, because I had the money at the time. I literally had, because I would have had it for tour.
Yeah.
I would have had the
Yeah.
money for tour, and we didn't go on tour that year, and it was just sitting there. I'm like, I could just literally buy it right now. Could drive down there. Let's do it, And I was like planning the trip down there. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Jason's house. I'm gonna stay the night there. Then I'm gonna go over there, pick that, and then just go straight back. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Sorry to bring everybody down.
ouch.
I'm fine now.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's kind of the point. Of it.
Yeah, I know. It's the kind of downer episode.
All right, Spooty. What do you got?
Well, speaking of corner collectibles, so they had a G1 Countdown Micromaster
yeah.
bass that was complete for $60.
Dude, don't say that.
That had sat
Do you
there
know
for
what
like
that
a
goes?
year.
Was that the space?
This little space.
I thought it was like
station.
50.
It might have gotten cheaper than
Hundreds.
when I saw it was like 60. Now
Okay.
you
Hundreds
can't
and
get it.
hundreds.
Also, there's like 30 pieces to it. It's like, so finding it complete is
Yeah.
super hard. But you can't touch it for under like $200 now. It's in the $2 to $1,000
Bummer.
depending. Like
Yeah.
I saw one in box that was about $1,000.
Just right downtown.
And I just never.
In
It's
our
like,
little
I don't know
town.
if I want to spend that much on a Micromaster. It was before
So-
I had my nice job. And
The moral of the story is spend that much.
If you have the
Yeah.
money,
if
spend
you,
it.
if you know.
Buy it,
If you
buy it
don't
when
have
you
the
see it.
money,
Buy it when you see it. That's
Yeah.
And then just basically the not buying like the War for Cybertron, like Siege stuff when it first started coming out.
yeah, that's the same for
And
me
like
too.
waiting. And now I've paid entirely too much for
Some of them.
the Siege stuff.
yeah, I almost let that Mirage get away, and then I bought it, and then, all right, Ren wanted one. Okay, I'll find another one. Can't find another one. Oh, phew, found another one. Oh, Shane really wants one. Okay, I'll send one to Shane. I'm never going to have one. Hey, here's a random one in a store that I've never been to before, really, really far away, that just happens to be the last one probably on any retail shelf anywhere. Oh, good. So that one didn't get away. But
I remember it happening on tour at least 2 or 3 times. At the beginning of the tour, I'd be like, I won't get that thing.
Right.
And then I get in the van and you start to, oh man, I should have.
and then you
that
get
thing.
back
I
out.
should have got
And
that.
then
van.
every
No.
time you see it
okay.
again, it's twice as
Oh,
much.
no, you don't see it again, and you're like, I should have. And you just keep thinking about it. You're thinking about it, and you're like, oh man, I wished I'd have. But then if you do see it again, it's like, I can't let it go twice. I gotta
See,
get
that
it.
that happened to you a couple of times.
Well, you guys,
Made you.
kicked me out.
Yeah, we made you go back in
Thankfully.
that one time.
Yeah, thankfully you did, because it was literally cheaper than anywhere else.
And then the other
Yes,
time
I'm
it was the what that one figure that you got that you passed on the first time, the Super 7 one.
Oh, well.
So you passed on him for like $30, and then you found him somewhere else in nicer condition.
Oh
for
yeah,
20.
yeah. The Eldor.
Yeah, that's it.
Figure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that at toy department for way cheaper than
Yeah.
anywhere else. But yeah, the other one was the transforming He-Man with its all pure glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And that one was $20 there and 40 and above everywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. And I was literally sitting in the passenger seat and was like,
I don't know.
look it up, scrolling on the phone. I'm like, okay, I'm going back in.
There was something, Jason, that you saw, like one of the first stores we went to that you didn't get. I can't remember what it was, but you kept seeing it at like other toy stores for like 2 or 3 times as much. I can't remember what it was. But
Well, then you get so mad, you're like, well, I'm not buying it because
Yeah.
I know in the world it exists at a cheaper price.
was it one of the like the deluxe Insecticons
Oh,
or something?
definitely those. I saw them along the way. I thought your answer earlier was pretty funny though too. Before we started recording, you're like, "Remember all the toys I didn't buy on tour?" Yeah, that's my biggest regrets. Those all got
Also
away.
that.
Yeah, I
You
don't
remember
know
you
some-
remember having to take out a small personal loan to be able to finish buying all the toys on tour?
I didn't buy all the toys I wanted to buy.
I don't.
Because that was all of them.
I couldn't really remember any like big major story like Elgin's. Good Lord, I believe like you look forward. Don't
Yeah.
sit and stew on things too much. The only thing I could really think of is like once we started doing this show again, and I'm like, I hadn't eBayed in years, and I'm like, all right, time to eBay. I'm gonna. Oh, here's a thing, cool. And normally I'm a buy it now kind of guy because less stress. But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do an auction. Look at me go! I'm eBaying
Less patience
for my first
required.
time, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then you get excited. It's counting down. Oh, there's an hour to go. Oh man, I'm in the running here. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching. Oh, 3 seconds to go. Refresh. I'm the high. What?
40 more bids in the last 3 seconds.
And then
Because everyone's using the app.
then I'm pissed off, and I screamed to you guys about it. I'm like, fucking eBay, I hate your. And you're like, dude, there's bots now. And I'm like, what? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so then I was back in fuck eBay camp forever, and I just.
I was looking through my bids and offer list on there, and there's like 40 of them at least that happened.
yeah.
So I don't even remember what the damn thing was that I was trying to get. I just said like, I'm never doing eBay again. I'm so mad. This is so stupid. I was a leading bidder with 3 seconds. How's that not? Anyway.
Yeah, I remember mine well because it was another eBay one, and it was.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, I love the Tiger Force stuff,
A little
and
bit.
then Target re-released. I think it was Target re-released a bunch of the Tiger Force stuff, like the Tiger Rat and stuff, for 25th or 30th anniversaries or something. And so on eBay, the re-release. I mean, it's the exact same jet. Everything is the exact same. It just comes with a different pilot and stuff, but it was sealed in box, and this was at the beginning of 21, and I was sitting in my office at my job, not doing my work.
Sounds like
because
you, yeah.
Working is stupid.
Yep.
And no, beginning of 20, sorry. And one popped up on eBay, buy it now for $80 shipped. And I was like, shit, I should buy that. I'm going to think about it. But I really ought to buy it. And then I didn't. And then, I mean, it was sold within like 10 or 15 minutes of when I looked at it. I was like, shit. And now, I mean, it's $200 plus for that thing easily. And that's the same that you pay for a vintage one too. And like easily pay $200 now for a complete one. And so that might forever be my one that got away. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to drop that kind of money on a Tiger Rat. Like, it's just they're. I know you have how many?
That's not important here.
Just one, but I think
Okay.
I paid $25 for it.
Oh, it's disgusting.
This is why Jeremy gets kicked in the nuts a lot.
Well, Jeremy, you've been buying things for years, and you got to have at least one more good story.
You was talking about bringing stuff home. I think my best purchase, I was used to live in Bloomfield, and I was sitting there on the
So sorry.
carport, and it pops up a complete Terradrome in West Des Moines.
Hello.
I'm like, cool. And it said $100. I said, we're going. So I messaged the guy, said, I'll take it. I'm on the way. I'm 2 hours out. And we met him at Target and at Jordan Creek Mall.
Yep.
And I got up there, and the guy held it for me. He goes, I had like 50 people trying to outbid me. And one of them was my friend, and not Corey, but anyway, we're on the way
Corey's not your
home,
friend,
and
we
my
know.
kid's in the
I
back
didn't know
seat.
anything about it, or I would have tried.
Yeah. I'm like, who's this guy, Dad? Oh, that's cool. And then they hand me up a Silver Pad Grand Slam.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, mint condition. And he's worth what? Maybe
100. Yeah, well, yeah, $200 now. Yeah.
Very, very limited
Yeah.
release. And
Your-
like I said,
your-
a Terradrome that was complete. So
Your cousin Shannon found one of those at the Goodwill in Washington. My stomping grounds, Shannon, dick. He found it at Goodwill in a bag of other stuff for like
No.
$3 for a
Yeah.
Silver Pads Grand Slam, and I was like, "Oh, you motherfather!"
Love
That's
them
not what I
pancakes.
said. I said motherfucker, but it's all right. It's all right. It's cool. It's cool, Brad. Not Brad. Shannon.
I think our most adventurous one was I bought a box of 82, 83 Joes over in Illinois. And, of course, we're using GPS. And I swear to God, it was going to drop off in a river somewhere because we're going along, and it was nothing but, farm ground, and it turned into a dirt road. And that was the way it routed us. And on the way home, we're like, okay, we're going to type it back in and go a different route. Nope. Right back to the same exact way. I mean, we're driving along, and the road dropped 4 feet in elevation that fast. I mean, and I was scared to death, but it was strange, but it was fun. I got some pretty nice Joes, so.
Well, if there's one thing we know, it's regerts, and we can tell you that. So our advice to keep them regerts at a minimum is buy it when you see it.
Yeah, buy it when you see it, and if you can't
Just
afford it, buy it anyway.
Buy it anyway. Figure it out later.
Don't eat meat that week.
Right? That's what I'm saying. All right. Well, we'd love to hear your guys' stories too, so be sure to comment and let us know. But right now, let's take a quick little break. We're going to tell you about the Podcast Network.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
Wouldn't it be fun if, like, one of these times we come back from break and we're, like, all in different chairs than we were 2 minutes ago? I thought that'd be funny. No? Just me? All right.
I mean,
so
everyone would have heard everything falling over.
That's true. Let's have some fun. Let's have a lot of fun.
Okay.
What do you think, Elgin? Let's go on a store tour.
All right, we're all gassed up and we made the trip over to Big Fun Columbus.
So much fun.
So much. At 672 North High Street in Columbus, Ohio. We went there on Toy Tour 22. We've been there before on another tour. The last time we played Columbus.
Cool place.
Yeah. It's jam-packed with all kinds of toys from floor to ceiling. Hard to move around when there were lots of people there. Basically one-way flow of people in a big circle because it's pretty tight in there.
It's kind of like Quake, only... I mean, it's like Quake.
There's a lot more
it's
stuff
like
than
4
Quake.
times deeper than Quake, but
Yeah.
as far as like the amount of space there is to move around,
it's very single file and then like turn sideways and like
And
shimmy down the
Hope
aisles.
you don't have to kneel down to see stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
It is. It's not fat guy friendly.
And you have to.
No.
Not for large
And
No.
you
people.
said floor to ceiling, and like that's literally floor to ceiling.
Not
You
kidding.
have to.
Yeah,
And it's like
you
a
miss
12-foot
stuff
ceiling.
if you don't look up. Like
Yeah.
there is a ton of stuff
Stuff hanging.
stacked up on top of
Yep.
the display cases. Like it is. There's a lot of stuff
It's so
in
good.
there.
I ended up getting when we were there last time a couple of the Cometroid, the Transformer He-Man toys, the Cometroids, Comet Orb, whatever they're called, Dine Orbs. They have different names, but they look like little comets that transform into different things. I got 2 of them there with their
You're my
cards.
best friend, Meteor.
But you have to have
They look like
Two
Easter eggs.
2 solid
Yeah,
hours
Yeah,
if you really want to
definitely.
shop
I
there.
think we were there 15 minutes because they were closing.
Yeah.
And was it like that the first time we were there too?
Yes.
We weren't there very long.
No.
No, because we seem to always get there when they're
Yeah.
ready to close.
I really want to go back there and actually be able to spend some time.
Yeah.
like-
Oh,
They had
you could easy.
Well, parking is terrible. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had to
walk a
walk
mile.
a ways.
couple
I used to
blocks. It
stay
wasn't
in the van.
horrible, but we did have to like
we're
find
in
a
a
space
parking
in a
lot,
parking
I think.
garage.
Like a parking garage. You can get deals there. I ended up getting my stuff lower. So they kind of do like a Kokomo where they open it up and the guy takes stuff out and like lets you look at it. So I basically asked the guy, "Hey, can I get this for this price?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he went behind the counter and like made new prices on a price gun, and then put them on that, and then handed it to the cash register guy.
Yeah, so the person at the cashier doesn't have to deal with any
Yeah.
of the haggle stuff. He's just a point of sale,
Exactly.
which
It's neat.
makes things a little more efficient.
Yeah,
Probably.
I didn't know that was going to happen when I did it,
It,
but
it keeps that
just a heads up.
cash register flowing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
it doesn't,
Because then he just
bog
hands
down.
it to him and he like rings it up and then you pay.
It's
That's
harder,
it.
sort of harder to haggle when you know there's a line behind you.
Yeah, so you just
Not
have to do
for
it.
Elgin.
No,
Yeah.
no, he
You
doesn't.
just have to, yeah. I don't care.
Elgin just takes his dick out and goes to town.
Slaps the grass in his face a few times.
Yes, sir. Whatever price you said, sir.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
I got 50. How about 60? I got 50. How about 55? I got 50. It's 45 now. You want to keep fucking with me?
I just take back $5. Just put it on the counter and just like remove money every time he talks. That's what I should do next time. Is just have like a bunch of 5s, and then every time I just move one away. It's like
Oh God, I want to. You have to do that sometime. We have to be filming. You have to do that.
So we have to go
It's
back to
so-
the toy pit.
it's so big dick energy to do that. Just like laying all cash on there. And
Here's what I got.
this is what I got. This is my first offer.
That'll be like
You
the
know
only
what?
reason to go back to
I
the
know.
toy
That's
shop.
actually
It's just
a
to fuck
really
with
good
them.
idea. No, instead of like deciding that we're probably just never going back to the toy pit, we should go and see if we can get banned for life from the toy pit.
Yeah.
You get asked to leave.
yeah.
Take that choice
Sir,
out
you
of our
need to
hands.
leave.
Now,
Well,
there's a
we're-
difference between being asked to leave and being banned.
Yeah, true. That's true.
You know, there's
Anyway,
no extra distance.
Big
Yes.
Fun Columbus.
Is
Great
awesome.
place.
Yeah.
Super cool
Go there.
place.
They have tons of stuff. And they have like bins of like loose stuff to paw through, and it's great. It's a great store to go through.
It's fairly anxiety-inducing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it is.
I almost picked up the Force of Freedom, the Rambo figures there. 'Cause I had two. They had the two that I had when I was a kid. Then they had a lot of other ones.
They had Corey's Hiss 2 there.
Yeah.
They did for
Oh, yeah.
$75, and it was complete and everything. I should have got it, but I didn't because I
No
had
regrets.
really
Yeah.
shot my wad
Yeah.
at that point. I mean, it was getting late.
Yeah.
It was
I-
over.
the tour.
I didn't buy the Rambo ones there because I ended up seeing these other cheaper He-Man ones, and I got to go with He-Man for with Motu first. So
Yeah. Well, that's big fun.
yep, it's at 672 North High Street in Columbus, Ohio. It's kind of like the Main Street like business district
Yeah,
area, I guess.
Downtown.
If you have a
Yeah,
fear of
college
things
town.
falling on your head, wear a hard hat in there.
Yeah. Yes.
And now it's
And be
time
skinny.
to hear from you guys. That's right, you fun, awesome listeners. It's time for Talking Toys.
Good morning, race fans. I have no idea where I was going with that.
Stroking out.
I'm stroking it. What?
Talking
You
Toys.
can't see what's going on under this table. Okay, Abe Kirshner. You might know him from
do.
Brett and Tony with Ash and Abe.
I do.
Guy's pretty
cool.
fun podcast they got going on there. We got. He said it wasn't one specific toy that got away. I added that part in because that's what we're talking about. But I remember searching for a Deadpool figure of any kind every time I was at KB Toys. Where the hell did KB Toys go?
been a minute.
Sometime in the early 90s. I didn't know anything about his story because comics were frowned upon in my household. But because of the name, costume, and weapons, I had to have a Deadpool. Sometime in the mid-2000s, I saw Marvel Legends of him and about crapped. And then actually crapped. And I'm still crapping. He didn't say any of that.
No.
I didn't think twice, just grabbed it and ran to the toilet, to the checkouts. Jeez, Abe. Sorry. Next is something stupid from Brian Clark, and then over to Twitter. No, sorry, Brian. Sorry, Brian. That's what he sounds like, right?
No.
Okay.
Deeper.
Sorry, Brian.
That's
My name's Brian Clark. I just recently lost an auction for an X Plus Meganulon, Meghan Markle for the 1956 from the 1956 Rodan film. There aren't many toys of that creature in the first place. The X Plus is by far the best one, and it ended up selling for, by rare-ish vintage X Plus standards, a reasonable price. It was just too much to swing with G-Fest on the horizon. I expect a sympathy card from Corey?
That's you.
Somebody that he expects sympathy from. Brian, I will totally get you a sympathy Hummer. Let's see. Andrew Cronin over on Instagrams. He says, always wanted a G1 Devastator. The Toy Meister had all the individual vehicles priced under $8, although they didn't have the face or the fists or the other bits. I didn't get it because of lack of shelf space and that I'd have to go on eBay to source out the other bits, which would not be cheap or fun. Still would have been cool to have, though. Big fan, Andrew from Virginia. Thanks,
Hey.
Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew.
We're a big fan of you, too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Maybe he's like an actual, like fan, like a self-aware, box fan.
Could be.
Oh, I
So
thought you
ceiling
actually saying
fan.
like Robert De Niro in the Wesley Snipes film.
Oh, no. No, like an actual ceiling. Are you a ceiling fan, Andrew? Send pictures. Prove it.
So I actually just got the last couple of pieces to finish off my
Nice.
Devastator, and it was more expensive than the actual
It should have been. Yeah.
Did
Transformers.
did the one that was the one that was sitting over at Corner Collectibles in the case for like a year? Was it complete, or did you even ever go look at it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
Okay,
seeing
because
that.
there was a G1 there, and they won like $80 for it, and I thought it was complete, but I could be wrong. But that seemed
don't remember.
reasonable to me.
If it was, that would be a decent price.
Yeah. Whoops. Derek J. Hoover over on the tweets. He says, geez, just one. I had a crack. I had a crack at some big ticket wave Super Bowl. What the? Big ticket wave 3 super powers figures a ways back. I waited to pull the trigger. Too late. Passed on a very fairly priced Batcopter too. I wonder which Batcopter. I wonder if it's like G1 or like the animated series version or what. But I had an animated series version one, and it was pretty cool. I don't know if it would have been worth anything now. All of my toys are gone. That's all we got from listener land. Sorry, that was terrible. I just dropped that thing. I did not mean to.
I'm always so happy that we picked Corey to do the segment with all the reading. That's always
that's fine.
Because I know how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else
Not to
does.
brag or anything.
He's gooder at it.
All right, we did it, guys. Before we go, we definitely want to get you guys to stop over to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/cracktasticplastic. We got some tiers over there. It'd really help us out. Support the show. If you like what you hear, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're trying to get our support up so that we can share Hasbro Pulse membership.
Oh yeah, we should do that. But Jeremy, you did it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming,
you.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Yay!
The
Make that
infamous
long trip over.
Yeah.
Yay!
We're clapping again. Jeremy did it.
I mean, to be fair, there's no sidewalk, and you have to walk down the street
Yeah, you gotta walk.
with people that go
Yeah.
way faster than they should be.
That's
And I've
dangerous.
noticed most of the people on the street driving the wrong side of the road.
Just down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
There's no lines on this road.
Right.
Guilty.
And the bicycles are fast on this road. I don't know what they're made of, but they're fast.
All right, let's get out of here. What do you say? All right.
Bye.
Yes.
See you guys later. We're going to go and assist Jeremy get home.
Yeah, we're gonna walk him home.
Yes. Sky Strikers. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.